Cool.
We've decided to make a horror / psychological thriller because we want the audience to be on the edge of their seat the whole time and make their hearts race, and we also want it to pull them into the film and the plot throughout the thing.
Our story is about a teenage girl who's abused / raped when she was younger by a man who lives across the road. The story is about the girl, who's the protagonist, getting her revenge on this twisted man. He's the antagonist for what he has done to her, but she will get her revenge slowly and taunt him to make him vulnerable and make him realise what he's done.
The main character is obviously a teenage girl who was abused when she was younger by this man, but we find out that he lives near her, but he doesn't know this. So she kind of gets his everyday routines and plans, and she kind of stalks him in a way. And you start to find out that she has OCD, and this kind of makes it even worse. And she also gets paranoid, and her personality and mood constantly changes. And throughout the OTS, we don't see her identity because it's hidden, to make the narrative more mysterious and show that her identity is more hidden. In the beginning of our title sequence, we will show the protagonist pacing around her room, and will have certain objects which kind of suggest her OCD, like pictures of the guy, so she's stalking him. So it kind of shows us what she's planning to do to him, like timetables of his daily routines, belongings of his, and we had an idea of black and white films, so photos of the guy and the films. And it'll be filmed in her bedroom, and it will show the audience that she has spent a long time planning this, similar to Seven, the opening title sequence for that. And throughout the scene there will be flashbacks and sound recordings of the incident that happened in her childhood.
In the middle of the opening title sequence, we'll see her holding an object in her hands, and it focuses on this, so it says it's going to be in the narrative or in the end of the opening sequence. We see her go to the man's house and put the object on the doorstep, and rings the doorbell and runs off and hides in the bush or something, so that it looks good.
In the end of the opening title sequence, we see the antagonist open his front door, see no one there. He then looks down to find the object and a note. We see him in shock and then pick up the note. The camera then cuts to a close-up of the note and what it says. The last shot of the OTS shows a close-up of the man's face, then an extreme close-up of his eyes to show the surprise, shock and horror of his reaction.
Do you want to do your themes?
So revenge, because she's plotting against him. OCD, so it kind of controls how she can go out her day. So it would kind of affect what she does, and that's mental health as well. Abuse, and then she threatens him and tries to play mind games with him to get inside his head. It's similar to The Orphan, because what did he say?
Yeah, the hidden identity of the little girl.
And also, I don't know if we said this, but at the end we were thinking about making the man her dad. She kind of blanked out throughout the years because she was so hurt by the torture, so she the abuse, she
blanked him out of her life.
And then Seven, because of the opening title sequence, the way it's all detailed in Black Swan, because it's psychological.
Any questions? Chris?
Who are you going to get to play the part of the characters?
That's what we have.
So
I was thinking if you were going to, one of you was going to play the part of the girl, you were going to get one of your parents to play the part of a rapist. I'm not sure whether they have to do it.
Might be a bit awkward.
Yeah,
Very creepy.